Gotta go rapidly.
Cut! Sonic, the line is gotta go fast. Take it from the top.
Gotta go quickly.
Cut! Sonic, remember, it's gotta go fast. One more time.
Gotta go leisurely.
Okay, now you're just messing with me.
Hello everyone out there and welcome to my Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie review. Now if you're new to this channel, what I like to do is I like to take a look at the movie, but I like to take a look at the merch that ties into the movie first. So we're going to be starting off with a merch search, as I like to call it, and we're going to be cutting to that right about now. Alright then, so here we have the display at, I believe this was Go Calendars Toys and Games. And yeah, it looks like action figures are a big thing here for Sonic. We see some articulated action figures in these little balls here. Also, they have the Sonic calendar, and two of them, one for Sonic the video game and one for Sonic the movie. And this is the back, if you want to take a look at what the back of each calendar looks like. There you go. More action figures, as you can see here. And I believe coming up we have a, yeah, it's a dice game, Sonic Roll. Plushes are going to be big for Sonic the Hedgehog. Lots of little cute characters, so you know, naturally plushes are going to be a big seller, or at least it's going to be available. Now here's some Lego sets, some Sonic the Hedgehog related Lego sets, and quite a bit actually, more than I expected there to be for Sonic. Here's a hooded throw. You can bundle up in Sonic. And this is a cloth basket or bin featuring Sonic the Hedgehog. And here's a little die-cast figurines, a whole set of them. And here we have a sort of racetrack, sort of like a Hot Wheels style racetrack. And I think this is a similar sort of game or like a race thing. And here's little figurines, a whole set as well. These are not the die-cast kind. Oh, and more plushes. This one's a more of the video game style Sonic. And here we see that's the same action figure, but you see here more of the characters. You see Tails, Super Sonic, and here's a whole set taken directly from Sonic 3. Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, and Shadow, all in one set. And here we have in a smaller size, smaller scale. And more plushes. We're going to see a lot of these plushes. And I believe that's a talking Sonic there. And here's a Sonic airplane toy. I think usually Tails is the one that's flying an airplane, but Sonic's showing here. And here is the crab, and here's a Sonic Nerf gun. And that about does it for our merch search today. Now, I had arranged for Sonic to show up here today and say a few words before the review, but he seems to be running late. Oh, that must be him now. Sonic! Sonic, wait up! Sonic, if you can just slow down for a moment, please?
Meep, meep.
Oh, it's the Roadrunner. Hi, I was expecting Sonic the Hedgehog, actually.
Meep, meep.
Well, you can say that again. Hey, since you're here, why don't you answer a question I think is on everybody's mind right now? Who's really faster, you or Sonic the Hedgehog?
Meep, meep.
Well, now, who could argue with that? Well, sorry you have to run, but hey, we'll see you soon, alright?
Meep, meep.
By the way, if you would like to see more content about movies, TV, and pop culture, go and click that subscribe button. And hey, it just might brighten your day a little too. And now, on with the show. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is the latest sequel to the 2020 film adaptation of the popular video game Sonic the Hedgehog, about an anthropomorphic hedgehog with super speed powers. It begins with the film's new antagonist, Shadow the Hedgehog, being kept in a state of suspended animation in a secret facility in Tokyo. The facility's computers are hacked, using technology with all the fingerprints of Dr. Robotnik, the main villain of the series, played by Jim Carrey. This allows Shadow to awaken. He promptly breaks free and runs amok in Tokyo. Meanwhile, in the woods near Green Hill, the small town Sonic calls home, Sonic's adopted family is throwing a party for Sonic to commemorate the day Sonic arrived on Earth. The fun is interrupted when a government helicopter arrives carrying agents sent to recruit Sonic and his allies, Tails and Knuckles, for a mission to recapture the escaped Shadow. Upon arriving and confronting Shadow, they learn that Shadow is an even more powerful hedgehog than Sonic. Shadow defeats Team Sonic and escapes. When Team Sonic stops to regroup, they are attacked by some of Dr. Robotnik's drones. But a mysterious figure in a helmet riding a motorcycle arrives and defeats the drones. The motorcycle rider reveals himself to be Agent Stone, Dr. Robotnik's assistant. Stone takes Team Sonic to Robotnik and reveals that Robotnik was not behind Shadow's escape. It seems that someone else has hacked Robotnik's technology and taken control. Stone proposes a truce between Sonic and Robotnik so that they can work together and find the culprit who stole Robotnik's tech and released Shadow. Now Sonic and his allies must work with their greatest enemy to save the world from Shadow's immense power. But can Robotnik really be trusted? And what is the secret of Shadow the Hedgehog? The first time I saw the original Sonic the Hedgehog movie, I found myself a bit put off by the villain, Dr. Robotnik. Being played by a big star like Jim Carrey doing his usual over-the-top comedy shtick, I thought that he took too much of the spotlight away from Sonic. Also, I thought that setting it on Earth instead of a fantasy world was a mistake. The worlds Sonic inhabits in the video games are very creative and vibrant. An Earth setting takes away the opportunity to bring these environments to life on the big screen. However, the movie proved to be very popular, spawning popular sequels and becoming a legitimate film franchise. So I decided to give the Sonic films a second look. Having acknowledged my criticisms and put them aside, I found that I had a lot more fun with the movie, and I was able to go into viewing Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 in a more positive light. As a result, I had a really good time watching Sonic 3. I'm really glad I gave the first movie a second chance. Sonic 3 tells Shadow's backstory, drawing parallels to Sonic's own story and his relationship with his human family, which the first two movies explore in more detail. Sonic 3 does a good job of telling a story that builds on the established narrative. Keanu Reeves seems very well cast as the voice of Shadow. Shadow is depicted as a being of great power and skill, but a few words, which is similar to many of Keanu Reeves' most famous roles. Sonic 3 also focuses less on Sonic being a fish out of water on Earth like the previous films, allowing for the action and adventure to take more of the focus. I think this gives Sonic 3 a greater resemblance to the video games that inspired the series. If, like me, you enjoy a movie that can take itself seriously when it needs to, but for the rest of the runtime lets itself be fun, colorful, and imaginative, this movie is for you. Though I would recommend seeing the prior two films first. I think you can still enjoy Sonic 3 without seeing 1 and 2, but you'll miss out on some depth. Kids and Sonic fans should have a great time too. If this sounds good to you, then gotta go fast to see it at a theater near you.